Hi everybody, my name is Marcia Duran and welcome to Behind the Curtains. Today my guest is Jimi Yamagishi. He's a song artist from the local Pasadena area, and I'm very honored to have Jimi here in the studio with us, and I'm going to just let Jimi tell you a little bit about himself. So
Okay.
Jimi?
Well, it's a typical thing, born and raised in East LA. It's kind of an interesting thing because being Japanese American, but being raised in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, there's a lot of cross-cultural things going on.
Sure.
And so I learned a lot about diversity, going from tamales to teriyaki, it was a very cool thing.
Wow.
And growing up in different communities like that as well, I got to experience a lot of the cultural differences and embrace that. And I think it kind of comes out in the music that I do as well. And because I'm one of the few guys that I think can actually honestly say that I do almost every kind of music.
Right.
I do a lot of jazz, I do a lot of folk, gospel, but also a lot of Latino things, cumbias and things. And people go, where'd that come from? And then I'll throw out some reggae and they go, dude, where'd that come from? So I can also do classical and things as well. I think that having that kind of background and diversity really makes a big difference because it helps me to understand a lot more about what's going on. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do with the Songwriters Network and everything else.
Right.
Because I've seen where so many people have become, the way the music industry is, it's actually kind of exclusionary. Because if they don't see the dollar sign in your face, if they don't see money in your mug, then it's like, it ain't gonna happen, And it's kind of sad because there's a lot of people that they don't really get a chance. Like Bruno Mars, a lot of people don't realize he's Filipino.
Right.
And that's a cool thing because we've never heard of Filipino, but a lot of people associate him with being black. He's not black.
Right.
But, a lot of people that he hangs out with are, and as a result, because he is a phenomenal artist, he was able to cross over that and become an artist in his own right, and that's really cool. And of course, the whole Asian community embraces that as well because, he's one of us, man. But for the rest of us that look a lot more Asian or look a lot more Latino, we're kind of stereotyped into those places where we're locked in, and it's like, one of my African American friends was telling me about a time when he walked into a concert hall and everybody thought, the R&B thing's over there. He says, no, I'm the conductor for the orchestra.
Okay.
Right? And it just blew everybody's mind. He was over doing the classical thing in the orchestra. And, but he looked like the hip-hop bass player. It's like, that's the way it works.
So you grew up in East LA?
Grew up in East LA, City Terrace.
Okay. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah, it was a different kind of a thing. And it was a different time, too. Because the 50s and the 60s were a time when I think the nation was embracing a great abundance of everything.
Right.
And, it was a feel-good time for a lot of people, but unfortunately for a lot of minorities, it was not a feel-good time.
Right.
And for the Japanese American community, especially just coming off of the war, there was still segregation and discrimination about that.
Quite a bit, quite a bit.
Even in the 60s when I was going to grade school, I would hear the term dirty Jap because
oh my gosh,
because my friends' parents and grandparents had gone through World War II and that whole thing was still part of their lives. It was a crazy time.
That bringing up that phrase, I had a friend that lived a block away, and we used to play war, and I said that one day. And he was my friend. His name was Ricky Iwanaga, and we were in the same grade, and went to kindergarten together. And I said that one day, and he just stopped me and he said, "Oh, don't say Jap, say Japanese." And that was my first wake up to hurting someone's feelings when you speak about their culture. So it was a good way he said it to me. He didn't get angry, he didn't get hurt, he didn't cry, but he just said that, and it just made me so much aware of not hurting anyone's feelings, if they're from a different culture. So it's funny you would bring that up, but because I'll never forget that. When I see him at our class reunions, I always think about that. Say, hey, remember Ricky when you told me that, But that's really interesting that you grew up in East LA, and then you came to Pasadena or Altadena?
Actually, I got married, moved to Alhambra.
Okay.
And but my organization is in the Pasadena area, Action Altadena.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your organization. You have a SongNet calendar here that.
Yeah, SongNet was actually started by a friend of mine. And I had been doing similar things in the Asian Christian community for a long time, basically getting people together and helping them find opportunities for music. But it could only go so far because it's a smaller community. And again, talking about ethnic boundaries and stuff, I realized that if I were a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, hot-looking girl, then I could probably attract a lot more people. And I just happened to find an attractive blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman that was doing a similar kind of a thing, just putting together a small group of songwriters and making things happen. And so I said, hey, I'd love to be part of your organization. So sure, so I joined up with her, started doing more marketing for her and making that happen. And then it dawned on her that it took too much work to be that community organizer. Oh. So she said, Jimmy, you want to take it over? Because I'm an artist, I got to go do my artist thing.
Right.
I said, sure, I'll take it over.
Oh.
And so that was 17 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And ever since then, it's just been going great. We've had up to 60,000 members online. We're all around the world. We have well over 1,000 active members here in the Los Angeles area, and about 400 that are very active. And then at our meetings and stuff, we get a couple dozen usually on average, because we have virtual meetings, virtual times to actually be together. And in this day and age, it's important to have that.
Right.
Because everything's online, and you're always hiding behind something,
Right.
And that fakeness, that little few degrees of separation is what kind of blows it for a lot of people.
Right.
Especially in an industry where it's about connecting to the heart, because you can only do that face to face.
Right.
There's a lot of people, I love that song and everything else. Well, yeah, but what if you really met that artist and you're able to tell them that?
Right.
So, wow, that would be an incredible thing. And that's what we do. For example, the flyer that I gave you here, we have a pitch night coming up, and the pitch night is all about artists songwriters. And in this day and age, it's very hard to make a living doing music.
I'm sure.
But the opportunities are there, and that's one of the things that we're doing. So with a pitch night, a songwriter can bring out their song. If it's well produced and ready to go, then our guest speaker, who's either a music supervisor or a music library or publisher, will listen to the song and go, I like that song, let's make something happen. So then that person will then take that song, just put it into the machine, because there's all these other promoters and producers and everything else that are looking for music all the time. They're looking for good music.
Right.
And they're looking for something that fits a particular thing. If you listen to a lot of the TV shows that are out there, you've got that incidental music, but every now and then there's like a little bit longer scene where there's an actual song in there. And where do they get these songs?
Right.
Well, they get the songs from places like this, people like us, because they cannot afford a Bruno Mars song, because that's going to cost them millions of dollars just to put 30 seconds of a Bruno Mars song in there.
Right.
Whereas if they find a singer-songwriter that has a very similar vibe, or even better song, it can only cost them a few $1,000s, and everybody's happy because, you know,
And that could make a star, right?
that could make a star.
That could make a star.
There's a lot of people that do that. You know, there's it's interesting. You know, when I heard Pink's album Misunderstood, and I thought, wow, these are great songs. I looked at the credits, and sure enough, she didn't write those songs. So there's a girl named Linda Perry, and then you look at Linda Perry's thing, and she's with a band called Four Non Blondes and all that, and like, oh yeah, she had a few minor hits. She had a song, "Oh, what's going on?" You know, that was her big hit, you know, as an artist. But she also wrote that huge hit for that Christina Aguilera did. I'm drawing a blank now, but yeah, that song, "Beautiful."
Oh, okay.
So Linda said, "Nah, I got to do the song. It's my song. I'm the artist. I want to do this."
Right.
But while she was recording it, Christina Aguilera just happened to be in the studio. And she said, no, I've got to do that song.
Wow.
I've got to do that song.
Wow.
I don't care what it costs me to do this song, but that's my song.
Wow.
So she thought about it, says, well, let's see, I've got this track record, Four Non Blondes, maybe a couple of gold records, maybe a few 100,000 fans. Christina Aguilera has a few million fans.
Right.
Yeah, that might make more sense.
Right.
And boom, it just blew up. So it's really good.
Scene three. Scene three. Another day, another dollar. Just because things will work together for the good. And just because everything's gonna be alright.
Stop asking me questions, woman. Stop asking me questions, girl. Like whose panties are these? Whose earrings are those? You just won't let it go. Shit, I'm losing control. Losing control. Losing control.
Why do you think it is that we don't feel empowered?
We're not empowered. We have systematically been taken out of power. The community needs, and the community is this, and the community is that, but the fact is that we don't have a community.
We've been wronged as a people, and we continue to be wronged.
Yeah, we were released as black people with zero, told to get into the race with an anchor on our back. That's where we find ourselves.
No, white cops need to stop shooting black people. That's what needs to happen. They need to fix that water situation. That's what needs to happen. The Oscars need to nominate more black people. Not us go out and go try to figure out what we need to do. No, they need to accept us as we are.
You know, a lot of people have complaints about this industry. But it's really not all that bad because we all have a place. You say you're right, I say you're wrong. You say it's the music, I say it's a song. Your vision of reality is not the same as mine, brother. It's a paradigm. Perception of deception is a game I will not play. I won't pay you to listen to the things I have to say. Got some change in my pocket, but I've got no change in mine, brother. It's a paradigm. For every star that sparkles, for every grain of sand, there's a lyric out there waiting to be heard. All of God's creation has a purpose and a plan, and a voice to call their own in this old world. You like chocolate ice cream, I prefer vanilla bean. New commands that center stage, I work behind the scenes. Will it ever come together if we can't see eye to eye? Brother, it's a paradigm. If I lived inside out, I would spill my guts all over. And if I lived inside out, my heart would sure be on my sleeve. And if I lived inside out, guess I would not need a tan. And if I lived inside out, would I be more or less a man? 'Cause I couldn't hide the things inside that I don't want to show. And I couldn't lie, soon I would find that everybody knows my life would have more truth. But what would be the use? So I'll just keep on looking inside out. If I lived inside out, would I care about my face? And if I lived inside out, would I still be gaining weight? And if I lived inside out, I wonder what the world would say. And if I lived inside out, would it matter anyway? 'Cause I couldn't hide things inside I don't want to show. And I couldn't lie, soon I would find that everybody knows my life would have more truth. What would be the use? I'll just keep on looking inside out. But if everyone else lived inside out, life could be better, there's no doubt. 'Cause no one would hide the things inside they don't want to show. And no one would lie, soon they would find that everybody knows the world would have more truth. That would be beautiful if we all tried living inside out. If we lived inside out. If we lived inside out. Inside out. I close all of my shows with this song because it's a blessing to be able to share with you, and the blessing goes both ways, really, I think. And it's just part of life. Looking back to see the roads I've traveled, took some detours just to come this far. Sometimes took the road that looked so easy, always wound up being just as hard. Sometimes watched with envy as my friends found great success. Always got reminded it don't mean happiness. Count your blessings and in time, count your blessings you will find. Count your blessings and you'll see you are right where you should be. Count your blessings and in time, count your blessings you will find. Count your blessings and you'll see you are right where you should be. Can't sleep 'cause I'm thinking about the future. Things that I can see but still can't hold. Dreams I locked away until tomorrow that somehow lost their sparkle long ago. Then I get reminded dreams are never lost. Sometimes they become a gift for blessing someone else. Count your blessings anytime. Count your blessings you will find. Count your blessings and you'll see you are right where you should be. Count your blessings anytime. Count your blessings you will find. Count your blessings and you'll see you are right where you should be. Thank you.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your Kulak's Woodshed?
Well, Kulak's Woodshed is another opportunity that we do through SongNet. On second and fourth Tuesdays, what we do is we have an opportunity for artists to come in and for just $30. They can do 2 songs with a 6-camera HD shoot.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and Pro Tools sound, and get an incredible professional quality video with balanced lighting and everything, just like here. So that they can put their stuff out there. If they go to Kulak's, Kulaks woodshed.com. They can see what the whole thing is about, and they can see some sample videos. And of course, if you look at my YouTube channel, Jimi Yamagishi is JIMIYAMAGISHI, JimiYamagishi.com, or look for my name on YouTube. I've got about 100 videos on there, and most of those are from Kulak's Woodshed.
All right, everybody, please look up Jimi Yamagishi's YouTube videos. You won't be disappointed. Thank you so much for joining me today on Behind the Curtains, Jimi. It was great, and we'll look forward to some of these things that are coming up in the near future.
I look forward to seeing you at a show sometime.
All right,
too.
thank you.
Very
God
much.
bless you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.